Get ready. Okay. All right. We're gonna have a brief discussion on some lively topics. We got Mr. Crystal and Mr. Fox in the house. All right. I'm not even gonna hold you this Wednesday. We're gonna have church service. Um, this one I wanted to. Where did I put it? Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. I wanted to ask you guys this. This is what I wanted to ask you guys. And I want you to be honest. Hold on. Let me find it. All right. I find it now. Now, let me see if I can share my screen so I can show you. And I want you to tell me. Hold on. All right. Can you see that? Hold on. Oh, can you guys see this?
Yeah, police chief says crime down 28%.
All right. So, my question to you is, do you feel do you feel like crime is down?
Mm,
I mean, how do you feel? Let me ask Crystal first. Crystal,
hmm.
do you feel like
Why
crime is
you
down?
hold on?
Because
How
you
we
said
got
you knew. That's why I asked you first.
no. But
And
why am
lady
I
and lady,
excited?
ladies
First
first.
time out. This is not the topic. What's this?
No, there's something that was on my mind, and I saw they said crime is down 28%. So I'm asking you, do you feel like crime, in your opinion, do you feel safe? Do you feel like crime is down? As a female, as a beautiful young female, do
As
you
a
feel like crime
woman?
is
As
as
a
a woman?
woman?
Yeah.
Um, I don't I don't have any thoughts on it. All
Okay,
I
let
can
me.
tell people is to be safe.
So that's a politically correct answer. Cohen, how do you feel? Do you feel crime is down? I mean, not saying. Okay, there's two things. We know what the statistics say, but I'm saying overall, how do you feel in the environment with all these murders happening? Do you feel like it's down? Because you could feel one way, and another thing could be true.
Hmm.
Oh,
I feel as though I don't think much has changed, to be honest. You know what I mean? Like when we'll really notice it is like during high crime periods like Christmas or certain holidays and stuff like that. When everything like nothing going on now is easy for it to seem like it dropped. And then for the most part, crime really impacts certain classes of people more than others. You know what I mean? A lot of the killings that we used to see, they they guys who out on bail for murder and then someone else come out and kill them, and a lot of it is retaliation killings. You know what I mean?
So
So I ain't really I
people
ain't
don't really
really
think once the because once the police say you're known to police, people just a lot of people tune out from that and they say, oh, he's a bad boy.
yeah
but
a lot. But once you kill before, whatever happened to you, that's on you. I ain't care, to be honest.
I don't have too long. My final question on this, because I don't have too long on this, because there's just something on my mind. My other question to this is: do you think there's a disparity when it comes to? Let me take this off the screen. When it comes to when men are murdered versus when women are murdered, because so far I think we have up to 41, and there were a few females that lost their lost their lives. But then you hear all the people saying, we need to do something this gender based violence or whatever. But a lot of men are being taken out, but you don't hear the same passion. At least I don't see the same passion. Do you think there's a double standard, or do you feel that one gender is more valued than the other? I
I
get this.
don't think I don't think it has anything to do with the value because
With that, you got cut out just now.
you back.
Yeah, I
I don't
back now.
I don't think that's the case because
Someone said crime may be down compared to statistics, but it feels like we're in a war zone. I I, I agree. Can't. You
someone asked me to get to the topic.
know, let me go to the topic right now. Just answer that as it relates to women and men. Sadly, we have a mother and daughter, and the
I
mother.
don't, I don't, I don't think. Sorry, I don't think so. I think what happens is, people look at The outcry isn't about your gender. The outcry is about whether, because if it's a man who was out on bail for murder or armed robbery or something, I mean, you live by the sword, you die by the sword. I mean, you still feel sad for their family, their loved ones, but that's, you live by the sword, you die by the sword. But I mean, most women are not criminals. Or when they say they were victims or whatever, it isn't
Mm,
that, oh, they were out on bail for murder or something, or you
mm,
never hear that. And I
mm.
think that's more the criteria rather than gender, as
Okay.
for who gets an outcry or who doesn't.
Mm.
Because
Cohen?
there are men
Sorry.
that were killed. Um, the guy that was killed, I'm trying to remember his name.
No, you have to say go ahead. You don't call no names, but go on.
Yeah, and everybody, there was a big outcry because he was never known to police or anything like that. Everybody knew
Mm.
him. He was big in the community and everything, well known guy. There was a lot of outcry when he was killed.
Um, this is
Mm.
as it should be because men is doing more crime, so them dying, people see it as retaliation. I pretty much on the line with you, Chris. You can see that.
Yeah,
But, yeah, pretty much on
yeah.
in line with what you were saying. Cohen, what do you feel?
It's that's just how it is. Most crimes, men will be at the forefront. And I think everybody knows a man who went to jail or committed some type of crime because of a woman. When I say because of, I mean a woman putting pressure on a guy, so he end up doing something stupid. It's still on him, but she's an accomplice. But they ain't never look at that side. You know what I mean? So even if the guy is responsible for crime or at the forefront, they're going to be the ones who get most of the brunt. Even if there's
Mm.
a woman behind the scenes, ain't nobody know. You know what I mean? So regardless, and then on top of that, women are more protected. I mean, as they should be. Women will be more protected than men. That's just reality of the world we live in. That's always been like that.
Do you think
So
that we're kind of desensitized because men are killed with killing mass and more numbers? It kind of becomes more desensitized than when a woman is killed. I mean, could that be one of the reasons why we go crazy when we hear a woman is murdered?
yeah, that should be a big part of it because, like you say, women are not seen as defenseless, but men being the stronger of the sex and stuff like that, it will be more of a outcry for women, especially over here where I honestly think most of the killings or crimes are happening by repeat offenders. You know what I mean?
Mm.
These ain't people who new to this or anything like that. So it's going to be hard for people to be empathetic to them or their families when y'all been hiding this person, he already been to jail, get bail out over and over again. Like people ain't gonna be empathetic towards that.
And my last question, it was the last question on crime. Maybe more in the way we go into our topic. Last question. Last question on crime is if a man is accused of rape, is he guilty until proven innocent in the Bahamas, or is he innocent until proven guilty in the court of public opinion? Because it seems that, I mean, I show you all here, but it's being called whatever. But it seems that the person is already being crucified in the court of public opinion. So, do you think it's in the Bahamas once a woman says you raped me? Do you think that they're treated as guilty until proven innocent? The accused, not the accuser, the accused.
Crystal, you could go.
I don't I don't think, I mean, I haven't heard anything about it, but historically, who has I mean, it's not like in the US where if you're accused of something, that's it for you. I mean, there's life. I mean, life doesn't even stop over here
Mm.
if you're accused of rape.
What you mean? Okay, okay.
Who's been I mean, I can't think of it. I can't even think of anyone.
Cole, you have anything to say that before we move on?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if you closer, I guess, like Crystal was saying, she may not know anyone, so it would be hard for her to say, she can think of someone whose life has been impacted to that point because of it. But
I think
shoot,
there's
even
more. Sorry, I didn't. Sorry,
no, that's okay. That's okay, man. What you was gonna say?
but I think it's more stigma for people that report it than for people that are actually accused of it here.
I think for the most part, and I mean anywhere, and I guess that's one of the things I do hate about court systems around the world. I've never seen a woman who came back and said, I lied. They never get any type of punishment, whether it's community service, whether they get some of the time the man spent in jail. Like, even if it comes out and says, okay, I lied, the reputation of that man, even with dating, even with around their family or other people, when you get to meet new people, all of that, it is impacted. You may still be able to get a job, but the societal impact with building
Your reputation takes a
relationships or
hit.
meeting people, your reputation is finished from that point on. It can be hard for you to date. Like it just is. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. Here's the first what we supposed to be talking about. That's a detour. All right. Here's the question. All right. Don't say that yet. Look at the question, and
that's
right.
an easy one.
So why'd you breaking up with me? Why? Look, man. Why? Okay, so you gonna break up with me because of my son?
I was trying to teach him right from wrong. Man, give me this gun, dog. What you mean? What you say?
I said.
That's what.
So you gonna break up with me because of my child? He's just a child.
He's bad, dog.
He just need a little guidance, man. Like, don't. That's a petty reason to break up with somebody. I ain't gonna lie. How? Oh, why? Over a 10-year-old? Over a 10-year-old. Over a 10-year-old. Over a 10. Okay.
Just as the little clip was, he was dating this girl, but her son is rude and disrespectful to him. So the question is, if you started to date someone and the child of your significant other is rude and disrespectful to you, would that be a deal breaker? Or can you see yourself still being with that person? Let me get Crystal go first. I will hear what Crystal got to say.
I mean, just to you specifically, to nobody else.
No, you just said you and your significant other in a relationship.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is this okay?
Rude to you. They're being rude to you. They're being rude to you.
Right, but they're not rude to anybody else.
Yeah, that's rude in general. The child is rude. Everybody.
I mean, first of all, anything could be a deal breaker. Dating is about preferences. So if it doesn't fit, you don't have to stay.
No, I know, but would that be a deal breaker for you?
If the person has a rude child,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know if that would be a deal breaker because don't know how old the child is. It might be a small child.
8.
8?
8-year-old boy.
And he's rude to everyone?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, it's easy for me to answer, but okay, Cohen, because Crystal is one of them nice people. If you dealing with a girl,
no, because everyone has okay. You mean like what? Okay, if I encounter a child like I encounter a child like what was on that video,
rude to you, yeah, rude. You come in there. Why is this woman over here again, Daddy? Why is she here again? Like loud, like.
And they rude, and they're only rude to me, or they rude to everyone.
We talking about you come to the house now, and how
sometimes people but sometimes kids could be rude to when their parents start to date. You know that, right?
They rude to you. Hold on. I think you trying.
That's why I asked if the child is rude to everyone.
You come over now. It's 10 o'clock in the night. You come over because you don't want to come you don't come over too early because they're trying to put. You come there, the boy's still up, and They say, "Don, Daddy, why she come here? Look here." And then he tried to put him, "Go ahead, Junior, go to bed." And he's soft for the little boy too. And he being rude.
You know what? I don't even know why I'm entertaining this, because you could have a rude adult in your house like God.
Oh, Jesus. Cohen.
I don't even know why.
You too nice. Cohen, you dealing with this girl. You dating this guy, right?
You heard what I said, right?
No, I didn't hear what you say.
I said, I don't know why I'm trying to be nice, because if I go to someone's house that I'm dating and an adult is there, like a relative or someone there rude, that's what I'm saying. So if an adult is rude, judge a child. I go on.
All right, that's a deal breaker. Okay, finally. That's a wrap for you. You ain't playing with that. Go ahead. What you saying?
Hell no. I ain't even, because then you can't even discipline the child to that point.
That's what I was getting at.
That's number one. Yeah, your authority ain't gonna be there. And then they can choose their kid over you regard. I ain't dealing with that. The back and forth,
exactly.
I ain't dealing with
that. That's what I was thinking.
I ain't care what the situation is. I ain't care if the child thought he's still in his life and he jealous of the new guy coming over. I don't care if he rude to everyone. I don't care if he just don't like me. I out. Ain't nothing. Go be someone else headache. I ain't dealing with
that. I agree. All right. Here's my. See, I tell you, we soon finish because it's almost 9 o'clock. I tell you, I ain't hanging up tonight. All right. Here's my next. I want you all. Hold on. Let me move this. Okay. Here's my next question. And Crystal, I'm going to you first. Not the next question, not that. Here's the next question.
You've been coming to me first, all from you.
All right, Cohen. I come to you first, Cohen. All right. Hold on. No answer yet. All right. Look at this.
What is the best way to handle when you see a red flag?
Do not try to make it anything other than a red flag. I think sometimes people see a red flag, notice it, like, oh, you know what, that kind of, don't try to paint it any other color. Just acknowledge it as a red flag. That doesn't necessarily mean you got to cut the person off, because it might be early on. Maybe you don't understand the situation. You don't have enough clarity to really make a decision at this point. Take into account. Take note of it.
Call a thing a thing.
Exactly. Call it for what it is.
If it quack like a duck and it walk like a duck,
it might be a duck.
It's a red flag. What is the best?
The question is, when dating someone, like in the infancy stages, and you see certain red flags, why do you think people, men and women, why do men and women ignore red flags? Cohen, you go first.
I think the first. I think the first issue is most people don't know how to recognize red flags. Some people are so used to, I hate the word, toxic relationships or horrible situations that certain things seem like the norm. You know what I mean? Like I had a past relationship before where it started off good, but then there was arguing a lot. And the girl I was dating was like, "Oh, it's normal to argue in relationships." Yeah, but not to this frequency. Like that, that don't make sense to me, and that's a problem. So, yeah, a lot of people don't recognize red flags, and then two, it depends on if their discipline overpowers their desire or not. To be honest, some guys, they think with their third leg. So regardless if this girl is a red flag, if she have a nice body, that's all they thinking about. You know, a girl who may, and men and women go through stuff like that where they may desire a relationship or they want to be with someone so bad that, you know what, this ain't really that bad. Like people convince themselves that it ain't as bad as it is when they're infatuated. And I think that may be a lot of the reason or majority of the reason why people ignore or don't even recognize red flags.
You, Crystal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with Cohen said. Infatuation is what clouds people's judgment and gets people to ignore red flags.
In your opinion, lastly, what are some of the red flags most people tend to ignore? Like, give me 2 red flags people tend to ignore. But I'll name one. A red flag I see women ignore. If this wow. I've heard women said, "Yeah, he slapped me once, but he didn't mean it, and it ain't gonna happen no more." To me, that's a major red flag, especially if the dude get a couple dollars and he treating her financially or he help paying a bill or two. I've seen women ignore that major. That ain't a red flag. That's like a red building, and things escalated further down. But that was a red flag that they could get out of, but they tend to ignore it. That's one. That's a major one. I see a lot of women. They see the abusiveness started, and the boy apologized and he give gifts and stuff, but they feel like they could change to do it afterwards or whatever.
Mm.
That's a red flag I see. A lot of women and even men. I've seen that's the last another thing I see men ignore. I saw men ignore this one here. The girl every Friday she require maintenance pay. I just call it maintenance pay where she needed hairdo, she needed this do, and he doing it. But then further down the road, when they get established, so he then hooked the girl. He gets upset with her now, saying this girl's a gold digger. But she told you from the break, listen, I require this or whatever. You ignored that because you wanted to capture her. You got accustomed to this. Now you want to switch it up. To me, that's another red flag. Dudes just ignore. But that's just my two off the bat.
Mm-hmm. I trying to decide which ones I'll say because I'll be honest. The way I describe certain red flags, it depends on who I'm talking to. Like close female friends of mine, I will be way more critical of certain men they bring around or if they ask me certain stuff than a random woman because I don't really know them like that and I don't know what they're accustomed to. But if I have certain female friends that ain't ghetto, bro, don't bring no nigga around me with no patch inside his head. Like certain things that off the bat, like I don't know what you expect. I don't know, and I may be wrong about that because there's always exceptions. I don't know no men with patch in their hair that making sense. None. Like none.
Boy,
so I don't know. I don't even know, bro.
You
Come
profiling,
on.
boy. You profiling.
I ain't give a shit. Well, and a lot of times police be right.
See, there's a red flag. People see there's two red flags. Someone said gay tendencies and abuse.
That's true. That's very true. As far as personality wise, since we were talking about inside the group a couple of days ago, men who have kids and don't take care of their kids, but women will still date them and have a kid with them.
Excellent.
That's a perfect buddy.
Once this man has kids and you don't see him talk about his children, do anything for them, I don't care how good he look, I don't care how much money he have, that should be automatically off your list. Like you're not going to change this man, right?
I don't understand. Like the dude ain't taking care of tree children already, but you feel like you get the golden whatever, and you can change it. That's Crystal. Let me ask Crystal. That's it. No. I just ask you from a female perspective. I saw you may have seen. Why do women do that? I can't. I'm not a man. I mean, I'm not a woman, so I'm asking you.
Do what?
Ignore a particular red flag like that when you see this dude already have 2-3 children, he ain't taking care of them, but not then the girl will go behind and have a child for see him do it and then complain. Well, mother's second. Why ignore a red flag like that?
I can't say why because like being a good dad I rate good dads. I rate guys with high paternal tendencies. So I think there's a guy I was dating and we were out to dinner and his daughter's birthday was gonna be, I think we were out through the week and his daughter's birthday was on the weekend. And I was like, and he was trying to set up another date with me that weekend. And I was like, but you ain't going to your daughter's birthday or what you got going on with her or nothing like that? And he was like, no. And that was it.
Yeah.
That's
Another red flag is too soon, like when you ask someone, sorry, what do you call that period? When they just broke up with someone.
Rebound.
Broke up with someone. Like
Rebound.
And they're not trying to, and when you ask them, well, when's the last time you've been by yourself or done any, like, and they can't tell you last time they've been in a relationship.
How many people's alive?
They don't even know what they want. What?
Nothing. Go ahead. No, I'm listening.
It's a lie.
No. I'm just talking. Another red flag to me is when someone telling you they love you within a week. I guess that goes
that's a turn off. Like that.
If you dating this dude and just dating in a week, he said, "I love you," or if you dating a girl and she said, "I love you" in a week, that's a little off.
That let you grow my flesh just now.
Yeah.
But let me move on to this one here.
Women hitting men, right? So.
Oh, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go on to this one right here. All right, hold on. Before you see the question?
Yeah, I see the question.
All right, hold on.
Women hitting men, right? So,
I gotta fix my bra, y'all. Excuse me.
There was something. I did see a question about women hitting men, and I answered this question for somebody, right? And I said, if you do not have the endurance to get hit back, don't hit nobody. Because hitting a man is not like hitting another woman. It's different. We're a little smaller. We don't have the same muscle, as men. Like biologically, we're not as strong as men. So keep in mind that if you do feel a little froggy and you want to snap and hit a dude, understand that men do have a fighting response. And if he hits you back, you have no reason to be angry.
So in 2023, where we politically correct, if a woman hits a man, it don't have to be a significant other. Let's say you're in the club or you buy fish fry and she hit him with a ball in the back of your head, and you got some of these women. Should he walk away, or can a man hit a woman back, or can he fight back if she roughly face and tie 10 off your head? So the question is, if a woman hits a man or starts fighting a man, can he hit her back? Who won't take that first?
Cohen, you go first.
This kind of goes back into the red flag thing. Any woman that brags about, oh well, I beat mine and sweetie, I ain't interested. I can be honest with you, because morally, right? Most guys are not going to hit back but because of the majority of guys not hitting back, a lot of women feel like they can do whatever and not have any repercussions because of that. So by being morally, I guess, subjective to certain situations like that, you kind of breed monsters with women who don't have much character and morals. So if it's a situation where you hit me, 9 times, I would say 10 out of 10, I can walk away. If you keep coming after me, you might get knocked out.
So you had the fish fry, and somehow you get in an argument with this woman. This ain't your girl, and she hit you with a Guinness bottle in the back here. You leaking now. Do you hit her back or do you walk away?
In that situation, I'm trying to get the hospital quick.
Okay.
But then in any case, mouth can say anything when you're in the situation. Everyone have a quota, and once you pass that threshold of anger, you don't know how you're going to react. You know what I mean? So as a guy, just to protect yourself, because you already know how reality is, you're going to be in the wrong, and police are going to see you as in the wrong if you retaliate and hit a woman back. So I would say any woman that has those tendencies, just avoid her. Do not date her. I don't care what the situation is. Avoid women that love fighting men or feel as though I could hit them and they ain't be nothing. I don't like them type of women.
This Facebook member said, secondly, we as women are gifted to provoke at times. Some men walk away, others retaliate. Yeah, a woman knows what to say to hurt a man, buddy.
Yeah.
You hurt all your feelings. Crystal, I go ahead, Crystal.
What was the question?
The question is, if a woman hits a man or start fighting him all up in the face, say, "But sissy, a woman could." That's why your things are small. A woman is wild up and haul off and punch or tear off your head in public or by wherever.
If you want to return the energy that's being directed at you, it's no harm in that, but there's consequences. Do you want to deal with those? So if you can, yes, you can. You could do whatever you choose to do. But once you've already chosen, whatever those consequences are that go with that choice, that's on you.
Okay. Let me ask this question. So
you could shake it or and get away with it.
Okay. Now, let me answer the question. Okay, answer this question. I know if you. I think of both of you guys are parents now. Answer this question. If your son comes home, your son is like 7 years old, young boys, or 6, 7 years old, comes home from school, all raggy up, all his shirt, he good little private school shirt, all tear up, all his pocket tear up, he get a black eye, and he said, "Mommy, Daddy, Felicia," who's bigger than him, man. Felicia in the same, you have a little small little boy, Felicia, about 1 grade above him, raggy him up, beat him dead bad. Would you advise him to fight her back, or because he's a boy child to walk away? Every time he comes, she's a bully, mind you. Every time he's not provoking it, he ain't causing the fight, but I don't know, something does trigger her to light him up. What would you advise your son to walk away? Walk away, go to the principal, or would you ask to defend themselves? Or what would be your suggestion? I'm gonna go with you first, Crystal. Okay, I see you looking hot. Johnny coming home more.
I can at that stage, because your child then been harmed. So that's not on his. No, from the first time your child comes home, not the way that you sent him to school. That's and the school didn't call you. That's an issue. That's not even at his level. That there's no advice to be given to him or whatever. You have to take that up with the school, because they're responsible for the well-being of your child while he's not in your presence.
So would you tell them defend themselves, or you ain't telling them nothing? You telling them you going to the school as a mother?
I going to walk to the school with drawers on my head or something. If my child would do this to somebody, if it was the reverse, I surely would have then called me.
Yeah, if it was a girl, if he beat up a girl, I think they would have called you. Cohen. Ain't
no advice. At that stage, ain't no advice on his level. I gotta deal with the school first and what is thing on. So
you see what they say? Baby boy, you have to start to Felicia, otherwise she won't stop. Cohen.
But sometimes you have to get beat. Yes, sometimes you can't fight what you want. If the boy can't fight, he can't fight. Just run.
Wait, no, we ain't saying anything. Cohen. That son come home all raggedy up, and you might be thinking, who these niggas who beating you up? Say, no, Daddy, it's Felicia. Felicia always hit me. Your advice to your son to defend himself, or don't touch girls. What would be advice? Or like Crystal say, go to the whatever.
I think for me, I would take him to the principal office with me, obviously, and talk to the principal. I don't want to talk to no one else. Talk to the principal. You bring the parent here so we can talk. I ain't leaving until you do that, right? And one, I would ask, okay, why wasn't I called? For one. Two, y'all need to punish this big little girl who bullying people, or I gotta ask for y'all.
Felicia look like Precious. Felicia look like Precious.
Y'all need to punish this little girl because she harming other people's children. And then if y'all don't do nothing, y'all ain't gonna have to worry about him fighting her back. I ain't gotta ask myself. So I letting y'all know beforehand, deal with this, or something else can happen.
So you're gonna tell him nothing. You're gonna tell your son nothing.
No, because see what I don't want to do is when any girl hit him, I don't want him freak out and develop like an anger type of thing as he get older, because he ain't gonna always be weaker than Felicia.
Well, hold on. Let me ask you a question then. if some boys, a boy bullying him and beating him up, would that be would you be giving the same advice to him, or I mean, you'll take the same path of the least of resistance by going? Think of what you tell him to defend himself. If a boy's beating him up,
I would still go to the principal, but I definitely tell him to defend himself. And if you can't fight, we can work on that. You're going in little kitty boxing or something,
karate or something.
Yeah, that like you going into boxing, bro, because you can't keep getting got ass. As you get older, people can respect the fact that you don't fight women, but you gotta go through school with niggas cutting your hip. No, you're
not even that later on in life.
Exactly, that can always live with you.
But not even that your significant other expect you to defend her, huh?
Exactly. So
any woman you get with, she can want you. Not to say you can be beat up everybody, but she can want to feel like she's protected in your presence.
Yeah, you even if you're in a fighter per se, you don't go out looking for fights. You have to be capable of fighting and be able to withhold that when you have to, and let it go when you have to. You know what I mean? So he can have to learn how to fight. If this little boy keep coming at you, we ready to talk to the principal. Hey, all bets off. Cut his ass at school. I'll deal with it when I come to school.
Here's a question I have. Crystal, this is for you. Let me ask you this question. If you and your man go out somewhere to the club or to a live band or one of the soccer thing, carnival, you all go to carnival. You dress down your little carnival thing, looking nice, and you go to carnival, and for whatever happened, your man get beat up. He get beat up to carnival. He get beat right up. One-on-one fight, but he get beat up. Would you look at him the same way? Or would you feel like, oh, this nigga? How would you look at him after he get beat up and you walking him home and he hand on your shoulder, he freaking all the little carnival suit all tear up? My question to you is, would you look at him the same as a woman? That's your man. Dragon slippers now.
It depends. It depends on how he presented himself before that. Like if he presented himself like, he was in Mr. Invincible and like he got these hands and ain't nobody could play with him or whatever. Of course that's
could he raise his voice to you and say, "But Christopher, why you gonna wash your dishes?" Would you look at him and say, like, "Buddy, you freaking all this hard, but you get beat right up in the road"?
Oh Lord. See, now you going back to that red flag provoking.
Yeah, that's below the belt.
I'm saying as a woman, you watch your man get beat.
Boy, some women will do it though. And be honest with you, some will do it.
Let me ask you this question then. For you as a man, would you feel less than a man if you get beat up in the front of your son or your daughter? They watch daddy get beat up, whatever. Going to school or he going somewhere and he get beat up. Would you feel less than the man in the front of your boy, your two sons or your daughter and your son? They watch daddy get beat up. They look at you in disappointment. How?
I heard that part. They look at me in disappointment. Of course, I can feel.
I'm saying, as young kids growing up, we look to our parents as earthly gods. They look at you, especially you trying to be a good dad. They look at you as playing back, like they look at you as invincible. And they see daddy get you tear right freaking up. How would that make you feel? Do you think they'll look at you differently as a dad?
I would hope not.
It depends on what kind of daddy you was.
Yeah. And then too,
daddy, if you was a strict daddy, you just used to be cutting up all the time. And you ain't taking no mess.
See, and then too, how bad did I even put up a fight, or I just get cut ass?
You
Like,
put up a fight, but you get light right up.
see, if I fight back and he win. I could
Oh, your
live
shirt
with
bust
me
open.
fighting back.
Or your shirt button bust open, you bust open and what?
And he ain't look like he just iron and put on, like he ain't nothing wrong with the other guy.
You get light up.
But he ain't really much I can say at that point. Kids, let's go. Get in the car. Don't speak for this. He might beat me, but I can beat y'all. Don't I don't know what to say. What I supposed to say?
If you just say come to your woman now, and someone tap on her booty, and you try to defend her on her, but you get light down. When you in the touch, the boy punch you or knock you out, do you think your woman will respect you or look at you funny after she trying to drive you? Get up, Kobe, let's go to the car. Get up, you freaking days. Do you think she'll look at you funny?
Well, my woman is watch boxing, and she know anybody have a puncher's chance, so I may have a better chance than other guys who don't. Women don't understand fighting because, hey, if someone swing and that land the right place, I don't care how strong you are. Nothing you could do.
All right,
I would hope she look at me the same.
That's a little embarrassing. Then you can't be a little demanding after that. Okay, here's my last question for the night. My last topic for the night. Hold on, let me find it. All right, let me see if I can find. Here's the question: why are so many young women choosing to have children before marriage? I only said that to say I've met a lot of women who said that having a child is one thing, but marriage is more serious. Like they tend to look at marriage as the huge commitment, but having a child is like so. Hold on, before you talk, let me see if I can find something. Let me see if I can find that.
Okay, why are so many of y'all so willing to be mothers and not wives? It's like being a mother is one thing, but being a wife is a hell of a deal.
That's a good question. It's hard trying to be a wife when you don't have that example at home. You don't know.
But being a mother is no big deal.
I mean, it's a big deal as well. But
at 19, what kind of skills did you have? What kind of income you had to be able to take care of a child?
So I did work.
What kind of skill? What kind of
I
skills?
do hair as well.
What kind of skills? What kind of meaning, ma'am? Did you graduate high school?
Yes, I did.
You did.
So what was your question?
Man, it was just getting good. You cut it off.
Do you want to be married?
I do. I do aspire to be married.
And what's the oldest man you've ever dated?
So I thought 25, but he lied about his age. He was actually approaching 35. So.
So if you want to be married, about what age do you think your husband would be?
Well, my boyfriend currently now is 24. So we plan on getting married like around. He should be like 32.
32? 8 years from now?
Yeah. So I plan on having kids 5 years from now. So 5. Well, I want to have kids before marriage. I do, but if it doesn't work out that way, I'm going to have kids regardless.
Oh, hold on, Miss. Hold on, Miss Candy. I gotta come right back. Excuse me.
Yes.
Are you trolling me? Hold on.
No.
Hold on. You openly want to have children before you get married, and if you don't get married, fuck it. It's cool. I'm still gonna have babies.
So no, it's hard to choose a baby daddy nowadays. So if I
it's called a husband.
That's what it's called. You're absolutely right.
So why do it seem that women are not requiring men to marry them before they have a child? Because essentially, a man only if you rape her could access or have sex with her. Because a woman, pretty much, I can't touch you without you giving me permission. And I can't have a child with you without you choosing to give me permission. So my question is, why do you say like women, a lot of women more readily to have a child than get married. I'll go with Cole first. I'll go because I see Crystal head on the head, hand on the head.
Yeah,
I think.
Go on this. Go ahead.
Unfortunately, I think it's a cultural thing. As bad as that sounds. Without having, like, if you didn't grow up with your parents being married, and she still had, your mommy still had you and still was able to take care of you, it's almost like, well, even if I ain't got no man, I still have a child I could help, so I ain't gonna necessarily be lonely, So I just don't think we have the nuclear family as a pivotal part of our culture no more, as not as far as people desiring that, you know what I mean? And I don't think people take having kids as seriously, because if we keep doing that, at what generation would you even introduce nuclear families again? Like you just worried about, okay, I can have a kid, and then maybe later on we'll think about marriage, instead of, okay, we have a foundation, the right foundation for a child, and then we bring them in. Let's plan kids. I don't think we plan kids, to be honest. That don't happen. You know what I mean? So it's, I guess a part of it, and I didn't want to go there, but I think a part of it is just men aren't seem to be needed anymore, especially in child rearing. I actually saw a video the other day where this married couple, there was a conversation they were having with friends, and the woman was saying, oh, we really don't need men like that, especially in children or whatever. We need y'all for. And she said this right with her husband at the table, and it's like, so you don't feel like you need me to grow our son up? It's like, no. And that show you the mindset of some women. That it's sad, but that's just how it is. And I think men have to do a better job by vetting those type of women. If I ask you that and you tell me, oh, well, we don't need men, I don't need a man to have a kid, then there is no possible reason for me to date you. Like none whatsoever. So a part of it is men choosing the wrong women to impregnate, and also women not seeing nuclear families and not thinking men are important in rearing children. That's how I see it.
Crystal, you on the floor.
Culturally, it's accepted.
Yep.
And it's ironic because you have back in the day, you had the traditional women, and now you have these independent women. But who raised these and who nurtured these independent women? Those same traditional women that were housewives, had a husband in the house with their husband, and they telling you, books before boys, get your education so you could make money and you don't need no man and you could be independent. Then when you done do all of that, they turn around and ask, oh, well, where the children? What you mean where the children?
I ain't had them in marriage yet.
Exactly. So now, like, if you are aware of it, there's a lot you have to unlearn and you have to relearn if you want to have a family and be with someone, because you've been raised to be this lone wolf.
Yeah.
To be invincible, to not be. No one could even buy you a drink. If you go out, you get your $10 in your shoe in case somebody freak out around you or whatever. You could catch a cab home. Like, everything has been taught out for you to make it on your own. You have not been given. You've not been intentionally given. You've been diverted away from the roadmap of doing it with someone.
So my
was there, they did it, but then they tell you, oh no, you got to do this like this.
So my question is, which one is more requires more commitment, marriage or having a child?
I don't think it's the level of commitment,
What do you mean? No, I know the reason why I asked it, like I said, I've heard people say, boy, marriage is forever. Marriage is a serious thing. So I'm asking you, I was thinking that you could divorce someone and you could sever that contract with a child you can't walk away from. Wouldn't a child be a bigger commitment?
I think it depends, It depends.
It's not. You've already. Okay. For a woman, you've already, like, my baby. She's 4. She's going on 5, and she has, every time she goes out, she wants a doll, because why? With her to school and everything that's already, she's already on that track to know how to nurture a child. That is already that comes in, that becomes embedded and ingrained in you subconsciously. So that's not a muscle that you have to really develop or build. That's already in you, as opposed to dealing with somebody else, a whole other human being.
But essentially, if you have a child with someone, don't you have to deal with the other person anyway, or not? Like Cohen said, after the child comes, the man is no longer important.
No, I wouldn't say that. No. It's not that you don't have to deal with them. It's not a matter of you dealing with them or not. It's maintaining a romantic or a committed relationship with them. That's on a different level. Not everyone can do all of that. Not everyone has the skill. How many people have skills, relationship skills? How many people know how to maintain a relationship? You have more people that know how to raise a child or be a parent than you do to have a healthy relationship or to relate in a healthy way with somebody else and to cohabitate with somebody else.
Cohen, what you say?
Right or wrong?
Yeah, like I think what'll help.
You got some good points.
I don't think people really take marriage as seriously, to be honest, because now I can look at it from a couple different ways, right? Where having kids could be a bigger commitment because you help them for life, and hopefully you help them for life. Because some kids, they so unruly, want to do their own thing. When they get a certain age, you don't see them, right? But if we instilled marriage in the way that it was meant to be, I would say marriage is the bigger commitment, because those kids can eventually grow up and have their own family. So they're not going to be under your roof anymore. And you still have to live. First, you have to get accustomed to this person without anybody else in it. Then you all have kids together. So you have to now get accustomed to still maintaining your romantic relationship, plus take out time to work on your kids. Then when they get old, you have to navigate having adult kids or closer to adult kids while still being able to agree to disagree on certain things and have each other back inside the marriage in front of your kids. Then they move on, and now you have to learn to be by yourself again. So it's a number of different stages you have to go through while maintaining a romantic relationship. So it is, I would say marriage in the right way is a bigger commitment, but it's the better commitment to have, of course, if it's healthy, before you have kids. And I don't think people take that in consideration. I even have some guys, I just want up my kid. I don't really want. It's like
I want a little youth.
Yeah, that's it. And it's like, bro, like, you won't make no sense, because the type of women who you can end up meeting to be interested in just having a kid and that's it. You can cause yourself all kind of headache, but like, come on, dog. So I don't know. We just somehow, some way, I feel like this generation that we are now, not the kids, but our generation, it's already too late for most people. So we have to try our best to instill certain marital principles and stuff like that in the kids coming up somehow, some way, because people already get hurt. They set in their ways, and everybody looking at, you have to show me your deck of cards first before I show you mine. So if people are operating off hurt, then ain't no room for improvement. So yeah.
Listen, there was a lot of discussion. Like I said, I ain't gonna prolong it. There's 9 o'clock. It's 9:19. I can go roll these people who ain't come, but listen, I just wanted to know, because I see a lot of people just getting big up in my. I just was wondering why. But I mean, you guys y'all show me a different perspective, because I wasn't thinking like that. I was saying, why don't you why don't you get married first, enjoy that person, then go have a couple of pickaninny? But now I hear what you're saying.
Say pickaninny.
But I hear what you're saying. If you look at it like that, a marriage is work. is work.
Yeah.
Because you
listen, life
that.
is work. Life, like developing yourself, having a relationship with yourself is work. So imagine adding another person to the mix.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, not even to bring the child in this, getting married.
No, I mean your spouse. I mean a spouse. I mean a partner.
Yeah, okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, it just was just weird to me. Like people would quickly. I hear dudes get a girl big up, but they say, "Boy, she ain't no marriage material." But I said, "But she good enough to have a whole." You bring a whole child. To me, it wasn't computing. But I hear what you all saying. I hear what you all saying.
Them niggas ain't making no sense. They ain't making no sense.
Logically, it's
none.
It's stupid. So I mean, how could? And I hit no, but not only I heard a woman say that too. That he's a good dude. He ain't no husband material. But you had like 2 children for this nigga. Like,
yeah, that don't make sense to
me. I mean, she couldn't just have one. The child needed company.
To me, but he good marriage, like husband material. So that means like the other dude, the good dude who come by, will be looked at to take care of these 2 different children, and then he's. I just saying he's. That's
what I'm saying. She may not be looking for marriage.
No, as women mature and get a little older, their list of their things change. So when they're young, marriage, they drop these 2 children in their 20s, but when they get around 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, they will settle down. So a lot of women, they want a serious committed relationship, and marriage is the next step. But now you have 2 kids. Anyhow, all right.
You know, the next part you have to think about too. A lot of them, they just drop their kids off by their mommy. They don't have the responsibility of really raising these kids. So as far as they're concerned, after 9 months, I free again. That ain't stopping nothing. Because even with me and my wife, like, bro, I can't imagine having to deal with our little girl by myself.
That's true.
How I supposed to work and be able? So it's like, why would you choose that life unless you really don't have no responsibility that is placed on you?
That's true. Because how about 2 children? I have one. One, she expensive. 2, buddy, I know having a child in. My daughter 18 now, but I'm saying.
And you almost finished?
No, you got college after that. Then you got stinky little boys. Little boys now.
Stinky little boys. But you got to worry about young men now. Jesus.
That's what I'm saying.
I still got my time.
But now I understand why men prefer to have. It's not that they don't love their daughters, but like they think at that stage you're going at now, when she has to date guys.
You better bring no boy. You better bring no boy with a little patch home. You better bring no boy with a little patch in the back of your head. I can roll him right freaking out.
I tell you now, patch, you have gold ring on each one of these fingers, your lip darker than your skin. Bro, ain't nothing happening. You got to roll out. Don't bring him.
Better be riding no 600 motorbike or whatever they call it. What is this qualifier? Guy said, listen, I can tell her the real way. I don't mean to. I say whatever
you will have to use reverse psychology. You'll have to make friends with the fellas.
No. Listen, I already called one of them. I already talked to them on the phone. I talked to them directly. I call him. I said, give me a number. Who your parents is? I just talked to the baby because I know I didn't know everything. I said everything he telling me is generic because I probably didn't use that. Like you ain't telling me nothing new. But you 17, 18, you ain't into nothing. You ain't into nothing at 17, 18. You trying to get something wet, and it ain't gonna be like that. I didn't know how this go. Chris, you laughing? Cole, I lying? But anyhow.
But I laughing because what could you do?
The only thing I could do is tell her. I didn't tell my daughter there's certain things you look for in a doer. Consistency. You look for his integrity. If he could lie to you, Ronnie Boys. If he could lie to you, Ronnie Boys, he could lie to you too. Look, and if he ain't consistent, I can't tell you. I don't tell you everything. But there's certain things I gotta look for in these little dudes. And plus, when you graduate from school, high school, most of these people that you deem important, I don't know if you're going to school and stuff, half of these people from high school, you ain't really, a lot of them can drop off. And then you can meet.
You don't if if you move, you wouldn't see your neighbors anymore.
That's my point. These people just drop off, and then when you get to, if you go tertiary or if you go away, that's a new set of friends. Like the little, my last point before I go. The little boys that, like I said, the little boy that you deem important right now, but when you go off to college, but you ain't really thinking about it. I lying. When you go off to college, you get a whole set of. Anyhow. Listen.
Gotta keep talking now.
That's all you can do. I see Cohen, you got a daughter. You better watch out.
Yeah.
She's young now.
Yeah.
Boy, wait, by the time she grow up now, they can be using telepath or something because you know you get AI and chat GPT. What is chat? Anyhow. Yeah. Listen, my last thing I want to say is Taurus is the best zodiac sign. I just want to let all these other signs. And with that being said, I thank you all for showing up. I'll talk to you all not for next week. Because next week we'll talk about something else. I ain't sure about next week, but thank you all for showing up, all right? Let me end this.
Yeah, man.
Before y'all got me talking about something.